comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos, man. I want to thank everyone that does watch and share my videos. You guys are the absolute best. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my Week 6 picks, man. But whoa, wait. Before we get there, I want to talk about my Week 5 results, man. I'm not going to hide them from you guys. I'm going to be straightforward with you. So let's go ahead and get into it, all right? Browns, Patriots. Man, listen, I chose the Pats. They got themselves a win. That got me a win. Okay, Browns 13, Patriots 33. Tom Brady had a big game, man. I mean, I thought he was going to come back and be a little bit rusty. He didn't look very rusty at all. Bennett was looking great out there catching footballs from him, and so was Gronk. I mean, the offense was just moving that day. So, you know, hats off to the Patriots. They got themselves a win. That got me a win. Next game, Bengals, Cowboys. Hey, look, I took the Bengals in this game. Said the Bengals defense would probably wrap up the Cowboys offense and just do just enough to take away the game. I was wrong there. Bengals 14, Cowboys 28. Ezekiel Elliott had a day, man. This kid is looking more and more impressive every single game. You know, just another back that the Cowboys have picked up, and he's running extremely well. I mean, just another guy that they've drafted, that they've put into their system behind this big offensive line that is just doing everything that they hoped that he would do. So, hats off to them. Hats off to Ezekiel Elliott. Cowboys got themselves a win. That got me a loss. Next game I covered. Jets at Steelers. I said the Steelers would take this game. I chose the Steelers. Hey, sadly, got myself a win. Jets 13, Steelers 31. You know, it was just a bad game by the Jets. Poor performance, poor coaching performance as well. Punting the ball on 4th and 2. Blowing through timeouts, not knowing how to manage the clock, not knowing how to manage personnel on the defense as well, getting calls out there on time. Todd Bowles just continues to struggle as the season goes on with some of his head coaching duties. Our offense didn't perform very well at all. You know, it was just the defense gave up yet another long bomb to Sammy Coates this game. I mean, it was just a bad game by the Jets, okay? But I'm moving forward, okay? I am moving forward. I'm putting that behind me. We're moving forward to Week 6, man. So, first game I want to talk about Week 6, Steelers, Dolphins. Hey, you look at the Steelers, they're loaded. I honestly believe that they're the best offense in the NFL right now. You know, and going into this week, Coates is actually not going to be playing. He has a lacerated hand. Also has a fractured finger as well. Wheaton is going to be out as well. So they're down 2 receivers. But the thing about the Steelers is they can continue to come at you because they have weapons. They have other weapons they can put in place, man. Other guys that they can put into those positions that are going to make plays. You got Darius Hayward-Bay that's going to be out there. You're still going to get a healthy dose of Le'Veon Bell, who's a guy that just came back off of suspension. He did work against us, catching the ball out the backfield, also running the ball as well. And as always, guys, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's another guy who I believe is the best wide receiver in the league. He's another guy on their team that will just absolutely take the heart out of you, man. I mean, they find ways to infuse him in the game, whether it be bubble screens or whatever, just anything to get the ball in his hands, they do. And not just that, he's also a punt returner as well. He can scorch you from that position too. So they're going to give you a healthy dose of him. Defensively, the Steelers are tough, man. They're extremely tough up front. Ryan Shazier is not going to be playing in this game. That's a guy that man, he is such a monster. Like that kid just flies around. A guy that they drafted that has done nothing but good for their franchise since they brought him in. But you know, they're playing well without him as well. The secondary is decent too. They can get after you. And that's what leads me to worry about some of the things with the Dolphins here is Foster is going to be questionable. He has a hamstring injury. I don't believe he will play. So you're probably going to be looking at Jay Ajayi starting. But, you know, are they going to feed Jay Ajayi the ball? Are we going to get this running game going? Also as well, Jarvis Landry, their big wide receiver. This guy, they get the ball in his hands non-stop. I mean, this guy is catching bubble screen after bubble screen after bubble screen. He's catching, you know, little short passes and definitely trying to run and break them. If the Steelers key in on him and take him away, what's after that? Is Parker going to step up? Are we going to see Cameron step up? I mean, where's the other guys to produce after the Steelers take away Jarvis Landry? Also, the secondary of the Dolphins hasn't been very impressive. Maxwell has had issues the entire season, and let's be honest, Maxwell hasn't looked great since he left the Seahawks. So I just have questions about this defense in the secondary. And so I'm giving the Steelers this win, man. I am taking the Steelers to beat the Dolphins. I just think that they're going to come in and they're going to score a bunch of points, and the Dolphins are going to have issues trying to answer. Absolutely. So, again, I'm taking the Steelers to take this game, and now I'm moving forward to the next game. Next game, Chiefs at Raiders. God, I love watching these two teams play each other, division rivals. It doesn't matter what their records are when they meet each other. It is a slobber knocker, okay? You look at the Raiders, they're coming in. There's not going to be a Latavius Murray. He's still battling a turf toe injury, so he's going to be sitting. But the Raiders have found a way to continue to move the rock, running the football, with kind of like a back-by-committee idea where you have Washington, you have Richard, and then you have Olawale, who's their goal line back. Those are the three guys that they have brought together and said, all right, hey, Murray's not going to be here for some time. You guys take this rock, and we're going to move forward with you guys until he comes back. This offense is putting up numbers as well. Carr has played extremely well. Crabtree has been big for them again yet this season. Amari Cooper is looking amazing as well. And they've also had Wilford come on as a tight end. He's a guy that's done some things for them too offensively. This offense can move, man. Their defense is solid. The front is pretty solid too. You know, they can get after you, blitzing. Mack is a very good player. The Raiders are not, the Raiders of yesteryear where they were struggling to get guys in there and struggling to, put together points, or struggling to stop teams, man. They can compete. This is a team that is definitely looking to push to make the playoffs, and they're a young team too. You look at the Chiefs, they've got some things going on over on that side as well. Jamal Charles, this is going to be his first week where they're looking to bring him back as their feature back. I'm excited about this. The guy suffered a terrible injury last year. He's coming back from that. This is going to be the first week where they're saying, hey, he's 110%. We're infusing him in this offense. He's going to be our starter. And we all remember the Jamal Charles before, last year before the injury. This guy was getting the ball in his hands nonstop. They were counting on him every single play to do different things, and he was out there making plays. You still got Macklin out there. You still got Kelsey. Alex Smith has been extremely effective this year. Not a guy that's going to blow your doors off by bombing deep and stuff like that. That's just not what Alex Smith does. But he's a guy that's going to dink and dunk you, and he's going to be extremely effective and get you solid drives and move you down the field, man. That defense is solid as well. Peters is going to be out there. Justin Houston is not going to play this game for them. But they're still a good defense that can get after you, man. And I love the Chiefs. I love watching them play. They beat us really bad, earlier this season. Got 6 picks out of Ryan Fitzpatrick. That was an absolute nightmare to watch. But, the Chiefs are a very good team. And I just look at this Raiders team and I just wonder, hey, can you continue this offensive success and put up big-time points against the Chiefs, and can you slow Alex Smith down in this offense as well? And I think the Raiders can. I think they have the personnel to do that. So with that said, man, I am taking the Oakland Raiders to win this game, man. I just think they do just enough. They come out. It's probably a late fourth quarter drive. It's probably a high-scoring game as well. And I think Carr comes out and has yet another drive to end a game and win a game as well. So with that said, I am taking the Oakland Raiders with the last second fourth quarter drive to win the game. Okay. And last but not least, listen, my favorite game, your favorite game, our favorite game, okay? The Jets game, baby. Jets at Cardinals. Listen, the Jets are coming to the West Coast. It's a West Coast swing for them, which usually is not very good for the Jets. They have a lot of issues swinging West Coast and winning games. Decker is on the IR. Mangold, Revis, Harris, they're all questionable, which could be huge because if Mangold does not play, oh man. If Revis does not play, oh man, like it could get bad. Harris is definitely a guy too that we're going to need as well. I look at the Jets and I'm wondering a couple of things. This defense has gave away a big bomb every single week. Are you going to do that this week? Is this defense going to be able to put some pressure on Carson Palmer? We've struggled with that these last couple of weeks. I'm wondering about the guy calling the defensive calls as well, Casey Rogers. Are you going to put these guys in place? What is your scheme going to look like? Is Todd Bowles going to get out coached? like he has in these last couple games? Is he going to make a bad decision that's going to cost us a game? Because he's done that as well. You know, are we going to be firing at all cylinders offensively? Because, you know, like I said, Decker's on the IR, but with what we have on this team, with the talent that we have, and this is the season of no excuses because of the money that we gave Ryan Fitzpatrick that has really put us tight up against the cap. Look, we're a win now team. We got to move forward. If a guy isn't going to play, no matter how big of a piece he is, and Decker is a big piece, you know, even though he wasn't even getting the ball very much before he got hurt, you know, you got to move forward. You got to find, you know, our younger guys who got to step in and take the reins. So Robbie Anderson, Sharon Peake, Quincy Enunwa, these guys are going to have to fill in those roles. Can they do that? Can they be effective? You know, Brandon Marshall, you know, hey, how many times are you going to get this guy the ball? You know, if he gets double teamed and he can't get the ball, where else is this football going? I have questions about, you know, Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know, look, this guy has come out and he hasn't looked very good this season at all. Right now, statistically the worst quarterback in the NFL. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. You know, is there any way that Chan Gailey can put this game plan together to not expose him? And I think one of those ways to keep Ryan Fitzpatrick from getting exposed is to get the running game going. We have got to get the running game going. Because if you rely on Ryan Fitzpatrick to throw 30, 40 times to beat the Cards, you're going to get blasted. You're going to absolutely lose this game. And part of getting the running game going is getting Bilal Powell infused as well to this offense. This is a guy that's been underutilized the entire year. I don't get it. I understand we got Matt Forte, who I absolutely love. This guy is a workhorse. He's a beast. But Bilal Powell also gives you that change of speed element. He's that guy that's going to come in and get shifty and absolutely run around guys. Because right now we're lacking that back that's a bowling ball that's going to beat you up. So we got to start using speed to get around guys around here. We can't just continue to pound the rock up the middle with Matt Forte like he's Chris Ivory and think that's going to work, because it's not. So I want to see what Chan Gailey is going to do in this game. I look at the Cardinals. I mean, they're coming in full of weapons. You got Floyd, you got Fitzgerald, you got Brown, you got Nelson. I mean, you got David Johnson as well at running back. This is a guy that is an absolute freak of nature. A monster, a guy that can come out the backfield and catch the football. He's a violent runner. He will kill you if you stand in front of him and don't make form tackles and you don't actually wrap. He will absolutely run you over and not think twice about it. Their offensive weapons, man, and then Nelson as well is a guy that's can take the top straight off your defense. You know, and we've talked about this week in and week out with this Jets defense. They give up big-time bombs to quick, speedy receivers that get on top of corners and leave them in the dust. And Brown and Nelson for that Cardinals offense is exactly what, just that. Two guys that are extremely fast that can absolutely destroy you, man. And then defensively, you know, the Cardinals are good defensively as well. You got Chandler, you got Chandler Jones, you got, you know, Tyrann Mathieu. He's a guy that's a very good safety in this league. You got Patrick Peterson out there at corner too, Marcus Cooper on the other side is corner. These guys are very good. This is a team that is filled with talent. Have they underperformed a little bit? Yeah, but, you know, with Carson Palmer coming back off that concussion this week, I just can't see us beating the Cardinals, especially now with that West Coast wing going into Arizona, you know, struggling as we get in there as well. We're not going to beat the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals beat us handily, and I think they absolutely will handle us in this game. I don't think the game is going to be close. I'd be surprised if we even come within 14 points of them when it's all said and done. So with that said, man, I am taking the Arizona Cardinals to win the game. And again, I don't think it's going to be close at all. And I think that this may be the game where Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out and looks bad enough, finally, for Todd Bowles to say, listen, it's time to start Geno Smith. It's time. We can't ignore the fact that, you know, this deep ball dynamic is absolutely not being explored here on this offense. We can't come in and handicap our offense. We can't just continue to see this bad performance by this quarterback. I don't care how much money we paid him. It's time to sit him. So I think that this may be the game that happens. So with that said, man, I want to thank you guys for watching. Comment down below, man. Tell me what you guys think. What are your teams going through? Tell me what you guys think is going to happen to your teams this week, man. Tell me what you guys think about my picks as well. So I cannot wait to hear from you guys. So as always, man, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your Sunday. Watch your games, man, and enjoy times with your family, all right? You guys have a great day. Peace.